Okay. Hello, hello. How are you, Ricardo Manuel? I'm so glad to see you today. How are
Denise, I'm excited to be here. I'm glad you invited me. You brought me on. We're going to give some good information today.
I know. I'm so excited to have you. So, everybody, friends, this is Iris Heredia with Homes by Iris and Momentum Realty. We're so excited. We're here with After Hours Real Estate. And I'm so excited because we have at least three different new loan programs that are amazing, that I know they're going to benefit you. If you're on the fence out there, not knowing what to do, or you haven't found the right loan, right, in order to make the decision, and this is not only for buyers, it's also for sellers. So we have CMG Home Loans with Ricardo Torres right here. So you have any questions, let us know. Okay, we're live. And Ricardo, tell me what you have to offer for the clients, for all our friends right here.
So there's three programs that I want to highlight and talk about. So the first program I really want to talk about is a program called Home Funded. It's a crowdsourced down payment assistance program that will help all of your buyers get the money they need for down payment. We have the biggest problem right now. We have buyers that qualify because they make the money, they have good income. The thing that they don't have is they don't have the funds for down payment. Well, this program, Home Funded, will secure and solve that problem. I'm going to spend a lot of time on that. Now, my second program I want to talk about is a listing advantage program that really helps sellers sell homes faster and buyers get interested in those homes very fast. So
Wow.
it's going to help where right now you have buyers that are on the fence because interest rates have been higher than what they have been in the past, but they're not buying. They're thinking things are going to be less later. Well, that's usually not the case. Home prices keep going up, so things may cost more. So this allows buyers to get into a home today, allows sellers to sell them today. So it works out really, really, really well. I highly recommend this program for any listing agent to approach their sellers, their builders, whoever they're working with, because it will get them off the fence and get these properties sold and get happy buyers into homes. And our third program goes hand in hand with that. We have what is called a refinance advantage. We are promising to help our clients that close with us to refinance within a 5-year period if the interest rate goes less than 50%. So you're talking about 50 basis points less. We can refinance and there's no lender cost to the buyer.
Oh
So
my
it's
God,
a
that is
savings
amazing.
today and a savings tomorrow. Works out really, really well.
No lender cost. Okay, amigos, are you listening to this? Okay, so we have different programs today and we're going to go into detail. But if you notice, okay, this is something that is going to truly benefit you, not only buyers, but sellers as well. So we're going to go into the down payment assistance, because as you know, friends, we all have some issues sometimes not having the money saved for down payment. Okay. So I hear that very often, actually. You know, a lot of my buyers tell me, hey, I'm ready to take the next step, but I need to save, right? So then what can you tell us about this, Ricardo? I mean, what do you have to offer?
So this program, the Home Funded program, and I don't know if I'm sharing my screen. Let me see if I can present here. Um, there's a couple of slides that I like to talk
It's
about. There
right
we
there.
go. So this program called Home Funded is brought to you by CMG Home Loans or CMG Financial. We're the same company.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got to tell you a little bit about CMG Home Loans, just
Okay.
because some people don't know who we are. We're new to the Valley. You know, we've been in operation since 1993. We did over 30 billion in production last year, and in Texas alone, we did 5 billion in production. Right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. We do loans, right?
Yes.
Big part is we want to solve the number one issue for first time buyers. And we want to help real estate agents retain buyers for the long term. So you have a buyer today that starts putting their funds away in this program. They're going to be eligible to buy 2, 3, 4, 5 months down the road. You have them in your pipeline. So it really helps both real estate agents keep their buyers happy and find the right program. And it helps the buyers put their funds together.
That's
So the
amazing.
biggest
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and here's the biggest issues. Right now, you got rising rents, you got prices of home going up, you have student debt. A lot of people weren't paying on their student debt, and that student debt's about to come due starting
Yes.
next year. Well, the number one reason renters say they cannot buy a house is because they can't get that down payment hurdle. This program solves that problem.
Okay.
So the old way that we used to do loans is, you ask your family members to help you out and they cut you a check as a gift, and that would be done at closing, or you start saving a lot of money until you can get the affordability for the house. So it was always paper checks, it was gift letters, and it was very inconvenient. Well,
Yes.
this way, this program with Home Funded, you can get online donations. There's no offline paperwork, and it can be up to $5,000 per donor. So I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 donors all donate up to a $5,000 amount, and there's no campaign maximum.
Okay.
Plus, there's no commissions, and there's no hidden cost. And it works with any program, FHA, VA, USDA, conventional. And the awesome part about this is friends can donate, family, you can have wedding guests. Think of all the possibilities it is.
Yes, it is. Yes. I want to have some of those friends though.
I know. And the easy part about this though is we're in a world after coming out of this pandemic, just as you know, being this live program that you do, we're in a world where everything is online. Most of people shop online. Most people do things online. Well, this program starts with your campaign that you set up on your social media profile, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn. You say, I'm looking at purchase a home, like this example here with LV. LV put a proposal and said, I want to raise $5,000 toward the purchase of my home. And she tells her story. Well, that story gets shared via a campaign online, and people can donate to the campaign.
Yes.
What's really cool is we will match this campaign depending on where they fall on their income limits. So they can get an additional $2,000 on top of what's raised just from us and from the Freddie Mac Borrow Smart program.
I see.
This is the only program that's approved with Freddie Mac to do this.
Okay.
No other company offers this. Great, and it helps with down payment, and this applies for a lot of people, especially in our area. Now, I don't know about you, but I like to shop. And I know the biggest shopping days are coming up in the next couple of weeks. What do we have coming up? With Black Friday, we got Christmas.
This around the corner.
You can actually set this campaign up and share a link with your friends and family, and they can buy from 1,000 different retailers. Ashley's, Brookstone, Old Navy. It's 1,000. I can't name them all. Well, when they go shopping, the rebates from those will go to your down payment. Okay. So all they do is shop, and they help you with your down payment increase and help you reach your goal.
That is amazing, no? Because we do love to spend. So you're spending, for gifts for the family. I mean, all that those companies will give you a % back. I'm thinking some kind of percent.
Correct. Yeah, and for every you get $2 for every dollar you put in towards your pledge.
So so it's $2. Okay.
Really cool deal.
Yes.
So, and here's the other thing. If I share this program, when I do it, I share it to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. When I share it, you get an extra $10. When someone else shares it, there's another $10. So there's funds to compound all on this to help you with your down payment, because the goal is home ownership.
Wow, I like this. The sharing and getting the $10, that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's super simple for someone to set up. They just set up a campaign, and Edie, you'll have your site that you set up that you can share with all your buyers, that they can start putting a campaign together, and it will be right here, and they will raise funds. And to this day, our max we've done on an individual campaign, $44,495.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Think of that. So someone's looking to purchase. Now, this does not have to be a first-time home buyer.
Yes.
This can be someone that's looking at moving to their next home. Yes. They're going from they're empty nesters and they want to downsize. Well, I don't know about you, but in the last couple of years, it's been real tough to save money.
Yes.
Everything going up and things going higher. This program will work for those clients that need to put down a campaign. Like Kelly and Robbie did a campaign here. Look, you're working with your family. You post pictures online. Nobody getting married? I know people that are getting married right now. They can put a QR code instead of getting gift registry. they can have those gifts to help with their down payment.
Yes, that would be smart because we always get some gifts that we might not like during the wedding.
Correct. Or think about this as a real estate agent like yourself. If you go to a wedding expo, now you can share the gift of home ownership by showing them how to do this program.
Yes.
Super easy and super simple.
Mhm.
Or say you're by yourself, you just want to raise it. You have a lot of individuals that are single that are looking to get out of renting and stop paying someone else's bill. They want to pay their own.
Yes, of
Super
course.
easy process. Now I'm going to skip a little bit of this portal because as agents, you have the ability to set up a portal.
Okay.
This is the website for an agent to set up their portal.
Ricardo, we have a question. I'm sorry to interrupt. How much does it cost for a rate buy down, typically write down from Blakely? I'm sending the question right there. How much does it cost for a rate buy down, typically right now?
Blakely, can I hold that question for a few minutes? Because I'm about to talk about buy downs right after this.
Yes.
And I'll answer that question.
I will take notes, Blakely, and you'll see it on the notes, on the show notes. Thank you so much for asking the question.
No worries. I'll get right to that because that's my next.
You are on fire, Ricardo.
Manuel, you know, I got my middle name. I gotta love you.
You're right, Manuel and Manuel. Thank you, Manuel Villarreal. Thank you.
So, and here's the cool part about this, you know, as the campaigns are set up, you as an agent can track and follow who's doing what. But you can set up starting points now increase. You start locking in earlier. And this is what I tell a lot of my agents and my customers that I work with. Think of this. You just graduated from high school and you're going to go to college. You're probably going to get your first job. What if you start this campaign as a graduate in high school? By the time you finish college in 4 years, you have all your funds for your down payment.
Wow.
This program allows you to do that. Allows you to start your point of saving a lot sooner, and it stays with you. You see where it's at. And here's the beauty of it. All the funds are verified funds. There is no seasoning requirement for them. You can use it. So if we had it, say we got 3 donors that donated now, they did made my goal. I can use that starting tomorrow. There is no waiting period.
I love that. Okay. We should have known a little bit about that when it was our times, right?
Well, you know, I was shaking trees, looking for pennies, doing all that good stuff. And it took me a lot longer. Yes. You know, the big takeaway that I see here for this program is realtors and loan officers, you know, they can help clients buy sooner. And you can park that money for long range. For clients, it's frictionless gifting. You know, it's all online and you donate, you have donations and you have shopping.
Yes.
Really awesome way to get your down payment started.
Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm.
So that is the home funded program, which awesome. Homefunded.com, and realtors, you can actually start and set up your profile to help your customers. Now let's talk about the one about buy downs. Were there any questions on the Home Funded before I move to the next?
Okay. It's homefunded.com, right?
Yes, homefundit.com.
IT.com. Okay, it's there on the show notes. So anyone interested on the homefundit.com is right there. Okay, and that is an amazing, truly, I never heard anything like that program. Okay, so you can accept donations, you can do your own campaign, you know, friends can help you. That is amazing.
So it is something that I've never heard of until I joined this company. It's proprietary to CMG. We created it, and it's not something that just got created. They've been doing it for over 15 years, helping clients fund their down payment. I'll throw in one story before I move to the next.
Yes.
We had a client that was in Florida. They rented an apartment, family of 5. Well, the apartment caught fire. The fire devastated, tore out the old apartment. They lost everything. The family was able to use this program to raise their down payment for their new home. They came with 0 out of pocket. All of it was donated from the program here. They did shopping, everything they bought. It all went to their down payment. They actually raised $13,000 for their home that they didn't have.
Wow.
So it is an awesome program that I highly recommend anybody looking to buy to start and get it moving, because you start today, that's more that you'll be able to not pay out of pocket. I mean, it'll pay for down payment, closing costs, and everything.
That's amazing, because you know how we do the, what is it, GoFundMe, but I mean, really, it's just cash money, right? I mean, I think it would be a lot more valuable, right? I mean, that kind of donation but for a down payment.
Yep. Well, now to back to Blakely's question here, because I know she was asking about buy down. How does buy down, and what's the cost to buy down, and what's a typical rate?
Yes, well, how much does it cost? Yes, let me put the question. It's right there. Okay.
Right. So what you're looking at right now, there's 3 different buy downs that are being offered, and we have all 3. We have what's called a 1-0 buy down, which a 1-0 buy down is roughly, and I'll say this in terms of percentage, it's like 0.7% of the loan. Okay. So if we're talking a $200,000 transaction, you're at 0.7 of that. So it's under $2,000 to buy down the rate for the first year. Now, CMG is doing a special program right now where we are throwing that buy down in for any client right now for the 1-0. So if today's rate was at 7%, your rate would be at 6% for the first year. Okay. So in essence, saving you that difference in payment.
Okay.
So it depends on our program. And I know that I have a client right now that we just closed, and they just did that. When we locked them in, they were at a 6.5. So their interest that they pay for that first year is based off of the 5.5 interest rate. They were saving $245 for the first year.
Okay.
Per month. So that is a significant savings.
It is.
Now, we actually have what's called a 2-1 buy down, where you have a reduction in rate for the first 2 years.
Reduction.
So if we're talking 7% interest rate, your reduction goes down to 5%. So 5% for the first year, 6% for the second year, and then it goes to the 7%, which was locked in on the program.
Okay.
Now that program typically is about double what you do on the 1-0. So instead of being about $2,000, typically it's about $4,500 to $6,000. It just depends on the loan amount. It's a certain percentage of the loan itself. The last one we have is a 3-2-1 buy down. Okay. Now this is a great one, because you have that same loan at the 7%, and you are reducing your interest rate by 3% the first year, 2% the second year, and 1% the third year.
Oh, I like that. So 3%, 2%, and 1%.
That's what it comes down to. So, and the beauty about it, the money that's put in there for the buy down, what I typically recommend, and this is why I call it the listing advantage.
Okay.
Listing advantage, because if I am out there selling a home, right? Today in this market, sometimes homes are sitting on they're sitting a little longer than they have recently in the past, right? So what do most agents do? They say, well, it's not selling, so let's reduce our price. Let's drop the price a little bit. Well, instead of dropping the price, why not offer the advantage of a buy down and absorb the cost of a buy down? So you're still selling at the same price, but you're helping the buyer reduce their interest on the mortgage. And it entices buyers to buy that home. So I think it's a great program, especially in a market. Instead of lowering your list price, you say, I'm going to include X amount of dollars toward the buy down, which will allow a buyer to have a reduction in interest for the first year, second year, or third year of the loan.
Ricardo, will that be basically a seller credit, or how would you work that out?
The way it would work, it would be a concession, but in lieu of doing a concession for closing costs, the concession is going to the rate buy down.
Seller concession rate buy down. Okay.
And now the seller does not have to be the only one that contributes to that buy down. For example, on the 1-0 buy down, my company, we are actually doing a contribution there. Oh. So it could be my company, the seller, it can be the buyer, it can be any party to the transaction that can help out. Okay. So there's a bunch of ways that can be put together. But the reason I say, if we have it in the listing where it helps on the buy down, it's a way of keeping that sales price higher than reducing that sales price.
I see.
I know for a lot of builders and sellers out there,
Yes.
they don't want the market to drop. They want to keep the market at a certain level.
Correct.
By
Correct.
reducing price, you're dropping the market. Well, this
Yes.
allows both buyer and seller to be happy.
That is a good one. Okay, so then yes, Blakely, thank you so much for listening and waiting. So we do have those three different buy rates. What is it called, Ricardo?
That's the buy down. So it's
Buy downs. Buy
a
downs. Yes.
3-2-1 buy down, a 2-1 buy down, and a 1-0 buy down.
Okay, so they have three different ones. So whichever works for you. And you have any questions? We're gonna right now put the website for Ricardo. So it's Ricardo Manuel
ManuelTorres.com.
Torres.com for any further questions.
And we got the one last thing that we didn't talk about, which is our rate rebound.
Oh, see, the rate. Okay.
Any client that we're working with today that does a closing right now, we know that interest rates are a little higher than they have been in the past. Well, we are offering a buy now. If rates fall, we have you covered. And the way we have you covered is no lender fees on the refinance. We do fast refinancing, and we'll give you $1,000 credit towards non-lender fees, such as appraisal or title. So it's a way of covering your back right now. So say, for example, we're closing and you locked in and your interest rate was around the 7%. I have to tell you this. Last Thursday, I looked at pricing, and there's a program out there called the T-Shack, which is a down payment assistance program for the state of Texas. It is an awesome program. The interest rate for that program as of Thursday was 8%.
Oh.
So you know that the pricing is a little higher than what it has been.
Yes.
So a program like the rate rebound that allows a customer to refinance without a lot of out-of-pocket costs is a guarantee that my company is offering, because we service 90% of our transactions. And that transaction, we're going to be able up to 5 years if the rate goes down more than 0.5. So say you're at 7% and it goes below 6.5, we can refinance with no lender fees.
Okay, so that is sounds very good, right? For all our buyers who are at the fence right now, not really sure, because a lot of them ask us, right? Am I gonna have to continue paying the whatever 7% or whatever it is I get? So in this case, they have the option to refinance at no lender fees. What else did you say, Ricardo, besides the lender fees that your company was offering?
We're doing an additional $1,000 credit towards the non-lender fees. So such as if we need an appraisal or if there's an additional title work needed, we'll cover some of those costs that would be out-of-pocket cost also. So it's a win-win. And the reason my company, we offered this because we understand that a lot of buyers right now are saying, I don't want to buy right now because we think things are going to be less later. Well, you and I both know that home prices are not going down.
No, they're not.
And the only thing that's going up is rents that most buyers are paying right now, which are paying 100% interest.
Yes.
So we're letting buyers know, guys, don't fear buying today. Let us, as experts, help you qualify for a home loan, the program that can get you the right home today, and then also cover you in the future when the market changes.
Yes, that's amazing. I mean, I don't know. We always recommend, right? I mean, the time to buy is now, right? Because if you just continue waiting, I mean, I know that there's a lot of people out there thinking, what is it going to happen? There's a lot of fear. I mean, and, I understand. But at the same time, if you are renting, you need to act quicker, right? Than anyone else, right? Because exactly how you just put it, 100% interest rate. Forget the 7, forget the 6. We continue saying the same thing. I mean, take the advantage right now and use one of these loans, whatever it is that you need, either a down payment assistance, the home funded, which sounds great, or the listing advantage. I mean, that is amazing. You can refinance, right? But buy your property now, because as we know, Ricardo, I mean, this is going to continue. I mean, it's going to stay like this. Right. I mean,
I tell you, when I first bought my first home, the prime rate was 7.5. That was the market. When my parents bought their first home, the rate was at 14.5.
Yes, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, don't let the rate scare you, because all the rate does is show how much you can purchase.
Mm-hmm.
But just understand, credit card rates, all other rates are going up. Things are just increasing. Look, I know I've gone to the store and I bought milk. I remember when milk was less than $1. Milk is now what, almost $4 for a gallon?
Yes, and there's a lot of different varieties, okay?
There are. But I mean, think about it. The price is gotten higher and higher. And the historical averages, what you look at for history of home prices since the early 60s, all you see is this doing this, going up, going up, going up.
Yes.
Regardless of what the market is doing. We know that today is the best time to buy.
Yes. Don't wait any longer, friends. I mean, and let us know if you have any other questions. We're here live. Thank you so much for everyone that engaged with us and asked us questions. We're here for you, okay? We're just here giving golden nuggets, adding value, because we know how important it is. You know, lives, I mean, our life continue changing, but the only thing that it continues happening is we always need a place to live, either bigger because our family is growing, or maybe smaller because we are downgrading. But I mean, the idea is you to be the owner of a property that you are renting, not you renting a property, right, and paying 100% interest rate. So that's what we're here for, to educate you. So let us know if you have any other questions or any other topics you would like us to discuss. We have Ricardo right here live. I mean, he's an expert on anything lending. I'm an expert as a real estate agent or broker. So any questions that you might have, let us know. And Ricardo, anything else, Ricardo, that you want to add?
I got a great tidbit right now.
Yes.
So I have a lot of homeowners buying their first home. Guess what they're buying? They're buying a home that maybe is a duplex or a threeplex or a fourplex.
Mm-hmm.
And when they're buying it with some of the programs that you have, the mortgage is paid for by the 2 other units that you have. So you actually can buy a house and live rent free.
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Definitely, because remember, you can live in one of those, okay?
Right.
So that will be like your first step to be an investor, right? I mean, because you acquire, let's say, a fourplex. You live in one, you rent 3, and those 3 units will pay, basically you live for free. And then from that point on, right, you acquire more assets or whatever, down payment, then you get another loan, find another property, and so forth. So remember.
I'm going to say this. I have another program that's amazing. But I want you to invite me back to talk about that one, because
okay. Well, then let's do that. Wait, I mean, let's wait for the next time, because
I know we're going to talk about it.
You may need a little more time to go through that one. And for sure, Ricardo, thank you so much. I'm so thankful, right, that you were able to come to After Hours Real Estate and to provide all of this information for our clients. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you 1,000 times for allowing me to be here. And I hope I gave good information. And if anybody wants to call me, RicardoManuelTorres.com, you have my info. I'd love to talk to you.
Yeah, RicardoManuelTorres.com, everybody. He's in Edinburgh. And is there a phone number, Ricardo, where they can reach you?
My direct line is 956-739-5440.
5440. Okay, friends, it's right there on the notes, on the show notes. Let us know if you have any questions. If you want more information, go to Ricardo's website, call us, whatever it is, we're here to help you, okay? And his cell phone is right there. And thank you so much for joining us today on a Monday. Okay, so we're here on Monday at 5:30. If you have a specific topic that you want us to talk next time, please let me know. Send me a message. You know where to find me. And thank you, Ricardo, for being with us.
Edith, I appreciate it. I thank you so much. And guys, buy a house. It's the time.
Buy a house, everybody. Okay, no more excuses. We have a lot of solutions for you. So do it. Do it now. Bye, everybody. Thank you for seeing us.
Bye.
Thank you for being with us. Let's see.